Hello, girls. Today we are going to do the second stanza of the elegiac poem, O Captain, My Captain. In the second stanza, the grief of the poet grows deep and he refers to Lincoln as dear father. This is a perfect example of filial grief. He expresses his ardent wish by requesting the dead captain and experiencing victory he sought and won. He requests the captain to get up and enjoy the victory for which he fought so bravely. The swaying mass is standing with garlands on the shore, and the captain has turned lifeless. The poet does not want to believe the reality and wishes it all to be a nightmare. The poet calls his captain, but the captain is unable to answer. He says, all the joy, all the exultation is for you, my captain. Rise up and hear the bells of victory. For you, the bugle is trilling. For you, the people are waiting with bouquets and with garlands. They want to felicitate you. They want to thank you for the great deed which you have done. Their eager faces are turning to look at you. But again, his heart is filled with immense grief. He says, Oh, Captain, dear father, your arm is beneath your head. And is it some dream? Is it a nightmare which the poet wants to forget? Is it some dream that you are fallen cold and dead? The poet wishes it to be a nightmare and he says that I want to wake up and realize that it was only a dream and it is being forgotten. But he's sad because it is not a dream. It is a reality that his father figure, his president, is dead. Then in the next stanza, which is the final stanza, there is a note of wild rejoicing and exultation mixed with deep sorrow. Joy at the success and sorrow at the death. The poet mentions that the voyage of the ship is done. That is, the civil war has come to an end and the ship is anchored safely. That is, America now stands united and victorious. The objective of the abolition of slavery is achieved. There is joy all around, but the country has paid a heavy price. The poet closes the stanza by repeating the same lines. But I, with mournful tread, walk the deck. My captain lies fallen cold and dead. He says, I am asking the captain to rise, but the captain does not answer. His lips are mute. They are still and they have become lifeless. He does not feel my arm because he is dead and lost his senses. He has no pulse and his heart is not beating. Neither he has the wish to get up because all wishes have come to an end. Though the country is safe, that is, the ship is safe. But he says that we have paid a very big price for what we wanted. We have lost our captain. And the captain actually is like a martyr because he has given up his life for saving his country. Now, there are different literary terms which have been used in the poem. The poem, first of all, is an elegy. There is alliteration in the lines like, for you the flag is flung. There is repetition of different words for the emphasis. Oh, heart, heart, heart. The poet uses this to emphasize the intensity of his sorrow. There is metaphor where the ship is the symbol of USA and captain is the president of USA, that is Abraham Lincoln. The voyage is the journey of the ocean, that is the civil war in 1861 to 1865. There is onomatopoeia when the poet talks about the bugle trilling. True to the tradition of elegy, Lincoln's name is not mentioned anywhere in the poem. The poet has used very suggestive symbols like ship, wreck, port, prize, and so on. The poem is remarkable from the point of view of technique. The poet shows metrical regularity, which is rare in the poetry of Walt Whitman. Therefore, one may conclude that this is one of the most emotional elegy and a heart-touching reverence to a leader, that is the President of America. Thank you.